Well, hello, my name is Steve, and you have entered the bonus track, which normally I either use cutting room floor stuff. It's not an actual cutting room floor, as I like to say, it's a cutting room laptop. That's stuff that didn't make the episode, or just a quick little message from me, or something extra. And usually I have like a whole notebook here, which I write in, and I make notes, and I try to make sure that this all, sounds professional, and I get my producer hat on. And today I'm actually I don't even have a note in front of me. I just plugged in and hit record because I wanted to talk to you about this, which I just thought was interesting. This week for me marks 1 year that I've been living in this pandemic, that my life changed, like many of our lives. I'm sure a lot of us are probably reflecting on this, but to give you a little context, a year ago, I was at my job in LA. I live in Santa Barbara. For those of you who don't know, it's about an hour and a half drive each way. I was not making that drive. It was too much in traffic. Sometimes it could be up to 3 hours each way. And so I was living down there, staying at my friend Rika's place, and then staying at my friend Wendy's place, and living there 5 days a week, coming home on the weekends. And then on March, I think it was 12th, they said to us, hey, why don't we all try taking a work from home day just to see how this works for this, possible, if we all have to do a 2-week shutdown, right? And so it was a Friday, I believe. I think it was Friday, March 13th. That was my day. And I left the office and I was driving home to Santa Barbara, and I thought to myself, hey, maybe I don't have enough stuff with me, because I usually just take home, some stuff. Most of my stuff is here in Santa Barbara. And I was driving past my place in Sherman Oaks, and I thought, maybe I should, zip on over there, grab some things. I was like, no, it's only going to be, it's just Friday, we're not going to be shut down. We were, I think we were shut down Friday afternoon. And I haven't gone back. I mean, I did go back because I had to let the apartment go I was staying in and get my stuff out of it. But this is the longest I've gone without being in Los Angeles since 1992. So it's a huge change. And it's been a hard change. And there's been a lot of difficulties and a lot of sadness and a lot of frustration. But as you know, with this podcast where we talk about a world gone good, there's been a lot of good. And so I just wanted to share with you what my good has been in the last year. So some of the good things that have happened for me, well, one is I'm home, in my home, full time. I've been fortunate enough to keep my job in Los Angeles and do it from here. And somehow we've kept the company going, and somehow they've kept me on board. And so I've been home, which has really made a dramatic difference in my life. I mean, it's just been a good thing. It's a good thing to be here. This is the place that I love. And I'm not gone 5 days a week from it. I'm here 24/7, which a lot of people are like, oh God, I'm stuck 24/7. But for me, is a really good thing. Also, another good thing is that my marriage did a level up back in September. We had sort of a come to Jesus moment, my husband and I initiated it with a text because I was a little frustrated about something, and you could feel it, between us. My husband, for those of you who do know, and those of you who don't, he works for the public health department. He's been a nurse for 30 plus years. He's in the thick of it. While he's not first tier of the COVID pandemic, he's calls himself third tier, but he still is dealing with all of the repercussions of it and the stress of it, and coworkers and people who report to him and all the things that go down. And he comes home and he is spent, and I'm alone all day, and I want to talk, and I want be around people, and thank God I made a podcast so I could just blather. But I had a moment where I just realized something was missing, and I had kept my mouth shut about it and it wasn't even anything bad. And what I did was I just texted him and told him that this is missing and I want this back, that this piece of us, this thing that I loved about us. And I was really scared to text him that, but amazingly, he wrote me back, he agreed. And then he wrote me back a few things that were missing on his end. So we kind of leveled up, and we are now amazingly 13 years plus into a relationship, married 7. We're the closest we've ever been and the goodest we've ever been. Another good thing for me has been walking. I'm not in bad shape. I'm not bragging or anything. I'm 51 years old. I think I'm in pretty good shape for my age. But I've been getting up and walking every morning. I've been trying to. I get out of the bed and I get some clothes on, and hopefully I get some clothes on. That'd be a hell of a walk. And it's cold out. And I get out there and I just walk. And I have found new places and paths and trails and wonderful parts of Santa Barbara, my town, that I never knew existed. And I've also, seen a lot of the same people, and it's just nice with masks on to smile and wave. Sometimes I take our dogs with us. Sometimes I go on my own. But that's been a really amazing good thing. Another amazing good thing for me is I have been reading. Plowing through books, so many books in the pile that I have. And what I've been doing is I finish a book, is I mail it to a friend who I think would like that book. So I highly encourage you to do the same. You got some books on a shelf somewhere. If you can't donate them to your local library, or you haven't thought about what to do with them, think of who you know in your life who would love that book and mail them a book. Just mail them the damn book and put a note in it if you want, or don't. Just tell them, send them a text, I'm sending you something. And when they ask, just say, I thought of you. And that's what I started doing because I just think it's really fun. And I've given books to some friends, like hand to hand. I gave a book to my friend Mary recently. And other people, I just mail them and surprise them with a book. But it's so great to, as much as it is to binge and catch up on the Netflix, to open a book and dive in and just let your mind go there. So those are some of the good things. And one of the best things for me that has come out of all of this is just some clarity in terms of who I am and who I want to be and where I want to be in the world and what kind of world I want to have and how I can make it the world I want it to be. I think we all have felt, I shouldn't talk on, we all. I have felt, I have felt frustrated and scared and exhausted. And I'll admit it, there's mornings when I would lay in this bed of ours and just stare at the ceiling and go, why am I getting up just to do repeat again? But then how is that different than how was it before? We were all on repeat anyway. But I think that that's really been a great thing, is the clarity it's given me for myself, for my relationships, and for just trying to create a world that I want to live in. And that's where this podcast came from. I thank you all for listening to it. And I know that this has been a really, really tough year for me. And I've been fortunate. I have been lucky. I've kept my job. I've kept my house. Haven't had to move. I mean, I had to move out and move up back to home. I mean, I know a lot of people are going through a lot of harder things, including getting sick. I've been very fortunate that, as far as I know, unless I was asymptomatic, I haven't had the virus. And I know a lot of people out there have been sick. Some of my good friends have been really sick, and others have lost family members, friends, close people to them. And I just want you to remember that it may feel like a really long time and so much has been taken away, but we have the ability at any time to just get up in the morning and do our good and enjoy the life we have. And so I hope at this horrible 1-year anniversary, you can find some good like I found some good. And I thank you for joining me on this journey of World Gone Good.